What is going on, everybody? Really quickly, I wanted to do a review on both the OG UNO and the new 2.0. Anybody that is viewing this video, if you're anything like me, you definitely had the same question. What is the difference between the OG UNO and the new 2.0? I do know a few details that I can definitely share with you from my personal experience, because the OG UNO I have been using for almost a year now, and with the 2.0, let's say probably about a month and a half. But let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so just to get some things real straight and clear, I don't like to sugarcoat anything, and I'm going to give you the real when it comes to my reviews. I'm not this crazy, super analytical person that really uses these fancy terms, special words whatsoever. I'm gonna give this to you from a regular person's perspective, and if it's not sounding like that, it's robotic whatsoever, I'm a different kind of teacher. I'm a different kind of educator, let's just say that. Anyway, you can take this information or leave it, but if you're planning on purchasing these, I'm going to tell you right now, they're definitely worth the purchase. But I'm going to pick out a few things that I didn't really appreciate when I first got these packages, when I compared it to the advertisement that I saw before actually getting any of these in my possession. So for example, we're going to start off with the UNO. Now, I gotta definitely thank you. Taylor Cuts was who gifted this to me about a year ago. That was really awesome of him. I met up with him at the ABS show in Chicago, and it was an awesome experience. Definitely great. I recommend for anybody that is up and coming. You are a barber, stylist, Cosmo, whatever, you name it, nail tech. You gotta make it to these major, huge shows. Get to meet a lot of awesome and amazing people. Connections, network. That's what this is all about. You gotta have a crazy web. But anyway, look, I'm getting too far ahead of myself here, I think, because I'm going to make this short. Okay, I want to make this video really short. I don't want to drag it on forever. So before I get into some details, which I might as well just jump into this anyway, I'm going to read off the box, and I'm going to start off on the side. This is the side, yep. So this guarantees you a 9,000 RPM high speed of the engine, and this thing is definitely living up to that, because some of these shavers nowadays on the market, definitely super false advertisement. They are definitely not it. They don't do the job, and if they tell you anything less than 9,000 RPM, I'm not really recommending that you purchase that shaver or use it. It's not a bad deal, it's just not going to perform efficiently. And for a small package like this to have 9,000 RPM on a single foil shaver, get it. And this is a must-have in your arsenal. So I'm going to slightly move this aside so I'm not throwing you off, because this is about the UNO instead of the 2.0 for now. I'm going to get to that in a second, but this also promises you a forged blade. Then it also says crunchy blade right next to it. And you also have USB. Now, these three things here, I kind of had an issue with, because the cutter that I got in this package, or this shaver, is not all that I was expecting to have, because it says crunchy blade right next to it. So I figured, even when you compare the images that I saw before on the web, you know, just on different sites and stuff like that, these looked as if they came with two cutters, but this only came with one. I'm gonna get into that in a second. Then it also says right here, USB rechargeable. Then at the bottom it says with adapter. So me thinking like any other regular person, unless I'm just kind of off or something like that, I figured this would be USB compatible, but it's actually not a USB mini compatible in any way. It is not USB-C compatible like the new 2.0, but it has this specialized or special port, which is like no other item on the Stylecraft or Gamma line. I believe the Unos on the Gamma line also have these. And if there's any other items with Stylecraft or Gamma that have the same charging port, I don't know about it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this is a special port, which you can also find on the Rebel. And I'm going to cut away for a second before I show you, well, before I show you that, I'm going to show you this. So anyway, look, this is the plug-in that goes into the shaver to allow it to charge, but this is the USB that they are talking about. I figured that's the only explanation, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when it comes down to this charger. This is a visual of exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who are having a hard time understanding, this is the Uno 2.0, which is compatible with a USB-C charger. Then you have the OG Uno and the Stylecraft Rebel. These two have two different sized openings where you plug in the charger. So this bigger one is the same as this, it's just bigger and it fits perfectly into the OG Uno, but it will not go into the Stylecraft Rebel. But the smaller one, which comes with the Stylecraft Rebel, will work just fine for the Uno as well. Keep that in mind. If you do own these, if you didn't know that, now you know. You can actually just keep one of these chargers plugged in at your station and have these two just take turns to charge. Simple as that. Now you know. Anyway, so that's exactly what I was talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading off of this box. I'm not gonna try to drift too long. I'm gonna try to keep this really short, quick, easy, so you can all watch all the way through and get something informative out of this. But anyway, this is a lithium ion battery, 120-minute runtime. That's amazing. That's really great for a package this small. Besides, you're not going to be running this thing up. You're not gonna drain the battery ever. You're always gonna absolutely keep this charged, believe me. I mean, if you're not, then I don't know what's really going on. You can't be forgetting to charge your tools. It's like people that forget to charge their phone battery are ridiculous, in my opinion. No judgment, just saying. But anyway, this is a gold titanium hypoallergenic gold titanium foils, so it says. So this means, in so many words or less words, you won't get irritation out of this thing. It's definitely smooth. Anybody that's got sensitive skin, they won't get irritated by this thing. They will definitely be on point. It also says here, pocket micro dimensions. It's small enough to fit in your pocket. You can remove the cap, but by putting it back on to protect the foil top there, you're good to go. You can put this in the pocket. Really simple stuff, easy. I mean, it has of course, velvet sack that comes with it, so you can just put that in there. I believe it's in here somewhere. No, I actually pulled this out a while ago, I believe, and started to travel with it whenever I do need it. But it's a velvet sack somewhere around here. There we go. Came with the Stylecraft sack here, and I do carry this around on my house calls, whatsoever, you name it. This thing comes in handy. It's awesome. It's perfect. Anyway, stick this over here. But moving on. Protective cap. That's the cap that I was talking about. Storage and travel. Exactly what I was talking about. To keep those foils protected. Let me see what's going on around this thing. Yeah, it's just pretty much breaking down what comes in the package. So it says inbox shaver cap, and it says USB charging, but it's right there saying that USB that I was talking about. So for the visual people, it has all the visuals right here on the side of what's going to come in it. And it says forged cutter, crunchy cutter. that is not what I received. And no complaints, just saying I didn't get 2 cutters. So if people are getting 2 cutters, that's awesome. I didn't get 2 cutters, it's all good. Still doing the job. Velvet bag, like I just showed you. So on the side, velvet travel storage bag, USB charging. Then you have the hypoallergenic gold foils, of course. Then, of course, on the side again, crunchy cutter in black, forged cutter in the red. Includes crunchy and forged cutters. Now, I will tell you right now, these can be sold or bought separately. So that's exactly what I ended up doing some time back. I just pretty much bought them for a few dollars. They're fairly inexpensive. I mean, you know, why not? I just grabbed the extra ones because I know the foil will run down as well as the cutter. So I did grab a foil top as well as the cutter. And I don't know how much more time I do have before this actually wears down, but it's been working just fine for almost a year now. And anyway, on the back here, super close cutting, ultra thin, hypoallergenic gold titanium foils keep even the most sensitive skin free of razor bumps, ingrown hairs, or skin irritation. Lithium-ion battery delivers twice the standard runtime with 120 minutes of cordless operation per charge. This is pretty much most of what I've already shared with you, and I told you about how you're not going to get irritation from this shaver. I guarantee it. I am not going to sugarcoat that one. There are some people that you definitely shouldn't be using a foil on, especially underneath that neck area, below the Adam's apple, whatsoever, you name it. Below that jawline in general is not for everybody. Even on the cheek area, as well as the nape especially. There's a lot of those people that have super sensitive spaces or areas that you should never put a razor or a foil electric razor shaver, whatever you want to call it. Don't do it. But anyway, rapid USB recharging in just 30 minutes. So that's awesome. 30 minutes, you get 120 minutes. Come on now, like, come on. You can't beat that. That's awesome. Corded or cordless operation, which I haven't found myself using the cord at all. And the cord that did come with this is pretty long. I forget the exact length, to be honest. That thing is pretty lengthy. So that being said, I'm definitely not going to be ever finding myself using the cord while using this shaver because I keep it charged. Anyway, lightweight, ergonomic, slick design, weighs only 3.2 ounces, includes forged cutter and crunchy cutter, velvet bag and protective cap, 9,000 RPM, supercharged motor, eliminates drag. And that is not in English, but anyway, this is a 1-year warranty on this thing, so definitely good to have. And I'm not going to open this just yet. I'm going to set it over here and really quick, actually, I'm going to keep this box here on the side so that I can compare what is going on exactly. So I'll start off with the side, of course, and we're getting into the UNO 2.0 now. So the UNO 2.0 pretty much guarantees you similar features. It says 9,000 RPM, supercharged motor. So supercharged motor, of course, they souped this thing up, juiced it up, and I'm quoting my man, the man himself, boss Austin, say the same thing. This thing is definitely ready to go. I mean, it's definitely an upgraded version of the UNO. And if I had to say buy one or the other, I would say buy both. And if you go with the UNO, you're not losing at all. If you go with this, you're not losing at all. The price points, by the way, are only a $10 difference. There's a reason why I didn't even mention that to begin with. I mean, you're getting $10 more for the UNO 2.0 versus the UNO is $10 less, of course, at $54 or $55. and this is at $64, $65, somewhere around there, you know. And yeah, so the 2.0, 9,000 RPMs, supercharged compared to the Uno is a high speed, so they say on the packaging. It guarantees you have a forged blade, crunchy blade, and of course USB-C, rechargeable with adapter. That they did. Now, what did get me was the charger isn't USB to USB-C or USB-C to USB-C. It's just something that I think eventually everybody's gonna change to. I think that's gonna happen really soon. But anyway, look, listen. It has that option. This is the wave, this is the future. You might as well get on it. That's why this thing also comes with a stand, which I don't know why I don't have it here. I have not unboxed it. I've had that thing sitting around for a little bit, but I haven't had any reason to plug it in just yet. Here it is. I'm gonna pop that bad boy open, plug it in later. But let's see, how can we make this easy? Ooh, this thing's heavy. It's got some weight to it. Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I don't see that as a negative thing. Look at that cool charger. It's got the purple. Okay, that's dope. All right. I get excited over little stuff like that, little changes. I don't know, you know, sometimes I could be straight up villager, you know. Like I never had nothing nice. That purple, to me, that's just, wow. You know, stuff like that, details, you know. Other than the average chargers, they come with the white instead of the purple. Like this is just different to me. I get excited off of little stuff like that. That's nice, that's dope, that's a good touch. So I'm going to plug this in later. I'll just kind of set this right here. And actually, boom, right there. Why not? I'll move this back. And yeah, you know, I like it. We'll plug this in later. I'm gonna need that. So yeah, that's real neat. This is actually heavy, y'all. Like this has really got some weight to it. That's impressive. It's not going anywhere, and this is sturdy. Wow, it's impressive. So if this was a USB-C compatible phone charger situation, whatever, you know, it would definitely work out. But anyway, let's not get too far drifted. Get back to it here. All right, so USB-C, you see what I'm saying? This is awesome. This is the future. Then you have a lithium-ion battery. Runtime is 130 minutes, so you get 10 more minutes compared to the Uno, which had a runtime of 120 minutes. Then you have the gold titanium premium gold titanium foils. This is a premium foil versus this one's just a gold titanium hypoallergenic. And yeah, so they're different. This one definitely comes with the black compared to this Uno comes with the gold. So yeah, there's something about these cutters though. What I will admit is Stylecraft has some amazing blades. Gamma Plus, whole nother situation. And I mean that they are running the show. Both of them, Gamma and Stylecraft. Like, come on now, this is amazing. Anyway, pocket micro dimensions, of course, it's pocket size, you know, pocket friendly. Protective cap, you know, boom, it's awesome. And yeah, on the side, you know, same deal, same thing, you know, with the Uno. All they did was didn't put the shaver on the actual box. Like with the Uno, they have the shaver, the cap, the USB charging, the blades, the cutters, right? For the 2.0, they actually just put blueprint style art and gold, of course. They put the shaver, the cap, the charger itself, the two cutters, and the sack. they didn't put the adapter on here for some reason, because unlike the Uno, my Uno didn't come with an adapter, but my 2.0 definitely came with an adapter, which was awesome. The cord was really long, which I appreciated a lot. Like I definitely love that, because I'll probably just be using that for like my GMB Pro Light or something like that. That thing is definitely in need of a charge a lot, because it does go out within an hour or two. But when it comes to the side art here, as you can see, they say velvet travel storage for the Uno. This is the 2.0. Then you have USB charging, base sold separately. It at least tells you that much. Base sold separately. Now, with the premium gold foil titanium, which is that titanium gold foil premium, this one doesn't have the same deal. It's just got the hypoallergenic foil. You got the crunchy cutter, forge cutter, stainless steel, crunchy cutter, and forge cutters. So it doesn't say sold separately, which I'm thinking that's the case. These are probably sold separately unless everybody else is getting these cutters in their package, and I just didn't get mine. But no big deal, no pressure. So I'm gonna now reveal what came with these. So with the Uno, all right. So this is the forged cutter, as you can see. It's the forged cutter. All right, I'll set this over here. Forged cutter. And now, I'm actually gonna pop this off. So it's not too much of a fight, but it kind of is a little tug. You gotta squeeze on this and pull, and set that over there. The cap's over here. So this is the crunchy cutter. So the crunchy cutter is in black. The forged cutter is in red. So 2.0 came with the crunchy cutter. The Uno came with the forged. Now I'm gonna put these back on. They are fully charged right now. And I want you to hear the sound, the power, and you be the judge of what you think about which one is stronger. I'll start off with the Uno. Uno. Okay, forged cutter, keep that in mind. Now, the Uno 2.0. Crunchy cutter. I wonder if the cutters make a huge difference, but this does feel stronger in hand. I can squeeze on this thing and I feel more vibration. Compared to this one, it's there, but it's not as powerful. It's definitely stronger with the 2.0. Anyway, now, one thing I gotta advise those of you who are not familiar with this setup: squeeze, pull. Now, don't pull the cutter straight off. You can destroy the follower or whatever that holds that in place. So kind of do twists and just pull off, because if you don't twist like I just showed you, that will come off, and there's a spring there that will just be kind of hanging, and you don't want to lose that. You don't, and you don't want to damage anything right here in this area, because trust me, you don't. All right, I don't want to find out, and I haven't done it. So you of course do it the same way, sideways, and twist it back, and you're good to go. Same thing with the Uno 2.0. You slightly push down, twists. I don't even think it's that necessary to push down, but it comes right off, you know. And same deal. Because if you try to pull like this, it doesn't come off, and I wouldn't force that ever. Believe me, don't be the person to do that. You know, it's no shade if you're doing that, but you need to stop doing that. You're gonna ruin this. And if it's not functioning properly and you're complaining or trying to say something to Stylecraft about, hey, look, my thing's not working. Look, that's your fault. You did that. So spare yourself. Don't ruin the tools. Anyway, that should pretty much be a wrap for that. I will say, other than the packaging and the advertisement of what you are going to receive will vary. If you find any issues such as what I've told you or shared with you, definitely, just contact Stylecraft or Gamma. They'll take care of you. They're very reasonable people. They are very rational, realistic. They take care of you. I mean, I haven't had any bad experience. Minor stuff like that, it happens. It's part of it. Do I lose my mind over it? No. But is it something they can probably, get better on? Yeah, sure. There's a lot of things that go into this, such as, what is it called? Quality control, you name it, yeah, they're on it. They're working on it. Stylecraft is killing the game right now, regardless to these small things that I bring up with the packaging and stuff like that. These are amazing tools that they are putting together and manufacturing. Never seen before, they are the first to do it, and they are really changing the game. Not to discredit any other companies, but Stylecraft and Gamma are really shaking it up. So yeah, definitely use discount code J.Exquisite. Get you one. If you have any issues, hey, look, it's always returning, But anyway, catch me on the next one. That's the Uno shavers review.